Shalom, shalom. It's the brother Hadab, y'all, from the GMS Mobile, Alabama camp, coming at you with another lesson. Before I get started, I want to give all glory, praises, and honors unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who teach and rule well. All right. Peace and salutations to the brothers, all right, the whole field elect that's scattered abroad, preaching the truth sincerity to you. I want to say shalom. And this just going to be a quick lesson, a quick hitter. Because, hey, we know Esau is in his bag, okay? And Esau is pulling out all types of tricks, okay? And from the Agent Orange signing executive orders, to his military, okay, calling strikes on foreign countries, to line signs and wonders in the sky, man. All right, and right here in this still image, everybody had their phone up. And what they remind you of how they was on the movie Independence Day. How everybody was on the rooftop, everybody had their camera phones out, recording, getting footage, all right, until the chariot opened up and destroyed them, man. Okay, it's crazy, how things, manifest itself, man. It's hey, these people are through, and Esau, he prophesied on the left hand side, okay, through his movies also. But this right here, just like a movie, man. Everybody's so quick to record shit with their phones, okay, and instead of running for cover, running for a safe haven. But instead they stand there in an awe, man. But I want to get this scripture real quick. This is 2 Corinthians 2:11. And it reads, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Okay, and we are not ignorant of his devices. Okay, because the Lord, he told us that these things was going to happen, man. In the last days, he warned us. Okay, he gave us insight on what will be going on in these times, man. Okay, in our last captivity, he was given the prophets Jeremiah and Isaiah and them, visions of the end times. All right, and they're manifesting themselves now, man. Okay, we're at the end of this thing, and Esau, he is deceiving the people. Okay, to the point till they gonna get that MOTB. Okay, which is that chip, man. He gonna cause all big and small, rich and poor, bond and free. All right, he gonna cause all to receive that mark, except the Lord's men, except the Lord's elect. Okay, starting with the 144,000 on down to the rest of the innumerable multitude, which altogether is the 1/3, man. But Esau is in his bag, okay, and he's pulling tricks out and he's deceiving the people, man. But I'm just gonna go and play it out, and it's another video attached to it, in the same, sense. But see, this right here is so low level. Okay, it's low level. Like it's plain as hell, man. It look like something you'll see at a carnival. This is the second video.
Parked on the side of the freeway, really just watching it. This is Dallas, Texas, right off 75. This is the real deal, guys. Them folks online.
And then it have its own sound effects. It got its own sound effects. It just there, you know, lighting up, putting on a light show. And here it is. You know, Esau been telling you to be scared of so-called aliens since you've been alive. And here it is. She's sitting on the side of the highway in her car, recording it, man. Now, say if this was a real chariot, okay? But when real chariots show up, it ain't gonna be none of this, you know. When they show up, they're gonna show up, causing havoc, you know, wreaking havoc, causing destruction, zapping shit, destroying shit. Okay, zapping people to powder, man. Okay. Yeah, they put on the show, you know, sometimes, but when they get this close to the ground, it ain't gonna be no more light shows, man. The only thing you're gonna see is something that's out of a Star Wars movie, man. You know, with red beams, green beams, blue beams, white beams, what color they is, whatever color they is, man. You're just gonna see concentrated fire, left and right, up and down. You know, back and forth, man. You know, bringing on the wheel, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. All right, it ain't gonna be no people that's out in the open when the chariots actually get this low. Okay, the people are going to be on the inside. You know, they're gonna be behind cover. Okay, they ain't gonna be out with the camera phones, recording. Okay, ready to post some on social media, man. But yeah, it got its own sounds and stuff. It sounds like what it is, one of them pre-programmed electronic sounds that you'll find on a video game or either a child's toy. You know, like it was this one sequence, and it was like this gun. It was this toy gun, and every time you pull the trigger, it'll make different electronic sounds or whatever. And then my favorite one was it sounded like a electronic, like somebody pressing buttons or something. And then as the sound, you know, change as the object falling, it'll make an explosion sound. You know, that's what this right here remind me of, man. Like a big ass, you know, child's toy, man. But Esau got these people deceived. And the only time you see these things is at night. Why? Because this is Esau Blue Beams project, man. Okay. And it's like a overhead projector, or either like a I forgot the name of it, but it's another form of a projector. You know, what you watch movies on, and you have to aim it at a white board or a white wall, or you know, a white blinds or whatever to see the movie. But the thing is, you have to dim the lights or either cut it off. And that's why you only see these right here at night, because of the background. You can see it more clear. If Esau was to pull this in the daytime, you can see right through it, man, because it ain't nothing more than a hologram. All right, that's why, you see these things at night, man, instead of the daytime. But when the Lord come, whether it be day or night, man, hey, you gonna know that it's the real deal, because those chariots coming with a very strong vibration, man, a vibration of fear, and a vibration of happiness, gladness for the elect, man, because that's our way up out of here. But for the 2/3 and the heathens, all the heathens is for their destruction, man. Okay, they are gonna be scared and afraid, and the Lord's men, women, and children, or that's allotted for salvation, are gonna rejoice, man. But I'm finna grab some scripture. You hear that? It's like shit exploding or whatever, and you don't see no explosion in sight, man. It's like a child's toy.
Never think I'll get some stuff like this, but here it is.
I left out of Casper, Wyoming this morning just to get.
Bro, I never think I'll get some stuff like this, but here it is.
See, here it is. It's making all these sounds, but nothing's happening, man. That ain't nothing but Esau and Blue Beam Project. But I'm gonna get into the book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2, starting at word 1. It reads, "Now we beseech you, brethren, by the coming of our Lord Yahushua Mashiach, and by our gathering together unto him, that ye be not soon shaken in mind, or be troubled, neither by spirit, nor by word, nor by letter, as from us, as that the day of a Mashiach is at hand." Right, man, because these scriptures comfort us, man. Okay, and like I mentioned in the beginning, the Lord warned us of these things. Okay, and he said, "Through much tribulation shall we inherit the kingdom." And then he also said that to fear not his worm Jacob, because he's gonna fight for us, man. Okay, he's gonna be that strong tower for his elect to run into and be safe. Okay, his elect is going to be guided, going to be guarded, shielded, and protected. Okay, from the evils that he's bringing upon this place, man. Okay, his elect will have that mark of exemption, man, and that mark of salvation, man. Verse 3, it say, "Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition." All right, and we have fell away from our heritage. That's why we don't know who we are as a nation. Okay, we believe in a whole bunch of other things, but when it comes to hearing that you're a Hebrew Israelite, that's the worst thing. that's the worst thing ever. Or that is now, I ain't gonna say the worst thing ever. That's the second worst thing ever. But see, that's how all people do, man. Okay, they don't want to come back to their true heritage, man. Okay, to the people who the Lord made them to be, man. As far as a a peculiar treasure unto himself, man. Nah, they want Esau to be his God, to be their God. They want King Tut to be their God. They want Pharaoh to be their God, man. They want science and the Big Bang Theory to be their God, man. Buddha, the cobblestone, whatever it is, anything besides Yahweh Shem Yahushua, okay, which is the true power, the true God of the Bible, okay, all people don't want that, man. But they want everything else outside of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. But Esau is the son of perdition, man. Okay, Esau is the man of sin. Okay, because why? He was created to take peace from the earth. Esau was created to be the wicked. All right, Esau was created to be the Lord's sword. Okay. Verse 4 it say, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or that is worship, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. And how Esau do this, he have these different machines, okay, where he's manipulating the weather. Okay, he had these machines that open up portals. He had the blue beam, okay, which causes false images, produce fake images, holograms, for another word. Okay, Esau have his his fake medicine that he want to insert into you. Okay, Esau have false ass, freedom. Esau want to know where you at all times. You gotta have a driver's license. Gotta have a tag. You gotta get a passport. Okay, so Esau, and then he have his space station, amongst the stars, man. Okay, as the scriptures mention that, which said his nest amongst the stars, saying who shall bring him down? But the Lord is gonna bring him down, man. Okay, this man he speak lawfully. Okay, when it comes to oppression, when it comes to their narrative, man, because he feel like he can't be touched, but the Lord is gonna touch him, man. The Lord is gonna put them in their own net, their own trap, man. Verse 5, it say, remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things. Right. Well, when Yahweh shall walk the earth, man, he told us these things. Okay. Verse 6, it say, and now ye know that withholdeth that he might be revealed in his time. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. Right? So, Yahweh Shem Yahushua letting these things go on. And the things that's go on is going to be, a snare unto Esau Edom, man. Verse 8, it say, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Because, hey, Yahushua, he's coming back on those chariots, man. When he cracked those clouds, okay, and come out of the midst of that fire, hey, he's coming with fire, man. Like the scripture say, he's coming with fire, man. Like a whirlwind, man. To bring recompense upon everybody, man. To bring judgment upon everybody, especially the wicked. The wicked get the reward of the wicked, and the righteous get the reward of the righteous, man. But verse 9 it say, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. And Esau, okay, is counterpart to Satan, man. The spiritual demon Satan, man. Okay, Esau working is after him. Okay, with all these lying wonders and just straight deceit, man. Okay, Esau is doing all these things on the left hand side. Verse 10 to say, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. And that's our people. 2/3 of our people, you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Native American Indians, Seminole Indians. Okay, y'all shun the truth. Okay, y'all don't consider your power, which is Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Okay, y'all don't consider your heritage, man. But you learn the heritage of these heathens, and you think it's your heritage, man. It's not. Verse 11, it say, and for this cause Yahweh Bashim Yahushua shall send them strong delusion that they should believe a lie. And, for generations and generations, our people been believing lies, man. Okay, and one of them is that Yahushua is a so-called white man with long dog hair and blue eyes, man. When the scriptures clearly tell us that he's a dark-skinned brother, man. Okay, with white woolly hair, with white facial hair. Okay, and he's a dark-skinned brother. As if, he burnt in the furnace, man. But, people hear that, well, color don't matter. Why does color matter? If it didn't matter, they wouldn't have painted him to look like them. Okay? If your power look like you, then that's a serious thing. Oh man, the Lord look like me. That means that he's for me. That he's with me. That's just like a female that have a child going into labor, okay, and she done held her baby, and then the doctors grab the baby and go clean him up or whatever, and bring her back a Chinese baby. She don't want that, she going, that ain't my baby. So how much more knowing that your Lord and Savior is a so-called black man that look like you, man. Okay, that's a high level of spiritual uplifting, man. For a lack of a better term. Verse 14. No, what I ended off at. Verse 12. Slacky. It read that they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness. And that's our people. Okay, 2/3 of our people are damned because they living in pleasure. They ain't living in righteousness, man. All right, because the wages of sin is death. But I want to get another one. I'm gonna end it off on this one. Because because Esau know that it's finna be a so-called alien invasion, man. Okay, and he's preparing for these things. That's why he's trying to deceive the people so they can, undermine it when it actually happens. But hey, it ain't gonna work out in Esau. Okay, it ain't gonna go Esau way. But this is Zechariah chapter 5. I'm gonna start at verse 1. But the point, is in verse 4, which I had highlighted. It read, then I turned and lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. Okay, and this is what, the prophet saw, man. a flying roll, going into a chariot or a so-called UFO. Verse 2, and it said, and he said unto me, what seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits, going into, the size of it, the stature of it. Okay, the length of it, the wideness. Okay. Verse 3, it say, then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. Right, this is the chariots is the curse, okay, that goes over the face of the whole earth. And when the Lord show up on the Father ship, okay, the big ship that Esau see out there, cruising amongst the galaxies, is gonna cover the whole entire earth, man. Okay, we won't be able to see the beginning of it or the end of it, man. Okay, when the Lord show up, we are going to be in the shadows of the Fathership, man. But it say, then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the earth, of the whole earth. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off, as on this side according to it, and everyone that sweareth shall be cut off as on that side according to it. Verse 4, and I will bring it forth, said the Lord Yahweh of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief. The house of the thief? Who is the house of the thief? The so-called white people. Okay, you fucking Edomites, the nation of Edom. Okay, who we call Esau, which is your forefather. All right, you are the fucking thieves, man. All right, this is your kingdom. Okay, you're ruling the earth right now, man. Because hey, you stole us, man, and had us in slavery, and you can't say you didn't because you have it all in your movies, man. All right, everybody know about slavery. But what you didn't know, or what you failed to realize, is a recompense for that. Okay. And guess what? It got your name written all over it, man. It reads, and into the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name, and it shall remain in the midst of his house, and shall consume it with the timber thereof and the stone thereof. Right, man? Because the Lord is coming back with fire, man. And these chariots is going to be sending off concentrated fire, man, which is those beams. All right. Verse 5, it say, then the angel that talked with me went forth and said unto me, lift up now thine eyes and see what is that goeth forth. And I said, what is it? And he said, this is an ephah that goeth forth. He said, moreover, this is their resemblance through all the earth. And that was the point. That was the point. But yeah, when the Lord coming back, that charity is gonna remain there. It's gonna remain here, and until America is completely destroyed, and certain surrounding countries, man. All right, that is the curse that goes forth over the whole earth, and Esau know that. Okay, the chariots or the so-called UFOs are in the scriptures, and Esau know that. Okay, you can't make this up. You can't make it up, man. But I'm ending it off right there. Lord, wouldn't this lesson was edifying, and give all glory, praise, and honors unto Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, by Shem Kakadash, double understood apostles and elders of great millstone who teach and rule well. Peace and salutation to the hopeful elect that scattered abroad, preaching the truth and sincerity to you. I want to say shalom.